Hello, we don't normally start videos like this, but I want to formally address this. Just a few weeks ago, we hit 6 million subscribers. Over the last couple of years, through all the things that we have seen thrown at us, thrown at life, etc., we've seen nothing but unending support and excitement, not only around what we do, but around food in general. I think food is more exciting now than it ever has been. More people are eating, more families are getting together and having a meal together. It's not just about the cooking. It's about the food culture, it's about the people. It's about ways that food brings us all together. And I know it's sappy, but it's true. And I don't know where we would be without you. So I have a couple of things for you. First off, from the whole team, myself, we want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. We read the comments, we watch what you're doing, we love the memes, although most of the time they're very inappropriate. So thanks for some of that. Next bit, for only the next 48 hours, starting today's upload, I'm releasing the shower curtain. The one in my house, you've seen it, there it is. Wow. The link is in the description to pre-order, so get it very soon. Once the 48 hours is up, it's gone forever. We're not bringing it back. I really didn't want to release it. I'm doing this for you. Second, we had the most amazing burger event to celebrate the 6 million, and so many of you showed up in the thousands to eat this burger. You made a couple line cooks want to quit, but you made it an incredible event. So thank you. Last but far from least, which is the most important part, we're doing a kitchen makeover giveaway to celebrate this 6 million. One lucky winner. Submit your best food photo to our Discord under the channel name 6 million subscriber special. We'll pick our winner at random and you will get a kitchen makeover. New pots, pans, spatulas. From me to you, thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. It means a ton to us. We work very, very hard for you and much more to come. So let's move on to the actual video.
Yeah, made in a pan, but guess what? It's still a cake, which has brought us here. Okay, so today we are making a pancake layer cake, a pancake cake. Anytime you make pancake batter, you're already on the way to making an actual cake. You might as well spend the extra time. Okay, you know what? In this scenario, I get it. A few hours of processing, I get that, okay? But it's special. We're making this special for you. Do I expect everyone to make it? No. But if you want a cake that you've never had in your entire life that is sure to tantalize your taste buds, you got the pancake cake, but then we have peanut butter frosting, salted maple caramel frosting, candied bacon crumble, all topped off with a nice drench of maple. So with that being said, let's make this, shall we?
Wow, a pancake layer cake for the millions. The elements are, well, pancake, salted maple caramel frosting, peanut butter frosting, and a millionaire's bacon crumble to represent the millions of you. First, let's talk about peanut butter frosting. Very easy. To a medium-sized bowl, add 1 cup or 220 grams of softened unsalted butter and 3/4 of a cup or 170 grams of creamy peanut butter using electric mixers or a whisk if you're brave. Beat those together until creamy and combined. Then start mixing in 3 cups or 350 grams of powdered sugar, just a little bit at a time, till all that's been added and it's fully incorporated. Then add half a teaspoon or 3 grams of fine sea salt, beat that in, then half a teaspoon or 2 grams of vanilla extract, and lastly 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of whole milk. Beat that in, and it should look something like this. Now pop that into a piping bag and onto frosting number 2, salted maple caramel. In a medium sauce pot, add half a cup or 112 grams of salted butter, a 1/4 cup or 55 grams of granulated sugar, half a cup or 143 grams of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons or 15 grams of light corn syrup, and set that over medium heat and let that cook together. And once it starts to simmer, reduce the heat to low, give it a little swirl here and there to emulsify. Now reduce that for 3 to 4 minutes, then pour your ultra light caramel into a medium-sized bowl and let it cool to room temp. I would recommend covering it with something to prevent a film forming. Once cooled, begin mixing with electric beaters or a whisk, then beat in 3 cups or 350 grams of powdered sugar, again in batches. Add a half teaspoon or 2 grams of fine sea salt, which I forgot to add to the caramel, totally fine. That's the new recipe now. Then once it starts getting a bit too thick, add in 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of heavy cream. Beat on high until smooth, creamy, and luxurious. Next, candied bacon peanut crumble. If you have a peanut allergy, I'm sorry, simply do not use peanuts. In a small bowl, combine half a cup or 110 grams of light brown sugar and half a teaspoon or 2 grams of fine ground black pepper. Mix together till combined, then add 1 pound or 454 grams of your nicest bacon onto a foil-lined baking sheet and generously season your bacon with your brown sugar mix on just one side, then pop that into an oven preheated to 350 Fahrenheit and bake for around 20 minutes. Let it cool completely, and then rough chop your bacon with a knife. Get yourself a food processor. Add half a cup or 75 grams of toasted peanuts. Blend that on high till medium coarse. Then add your chopped bacon. Oh, Josh, why did I chop my bacon? Shh. We pre-chop our bacon to make it easier to blend here. Relax. Blend on high until everything is relatively similar in size and a beautiful medium course like this. Next, pancakes. So I'm essentially going to make a basic pancake batter, but a little more caked up. in a stand mixer or a large bowl. Oh, so tired of these recipe elitists using a stand mixer, so unattainable. Literally just don't use a stand mixer. Bowl and a whisk, just fine. Anyway, add 6 cups or 900 grams of all-purpose flour, put on that big old ball whisk thing, then add 3/4 of a cup or 150 grams of granulated sugar, 3 tablespoons or 26 grams of baking powder, 2 teaspoons or 12 grams of fine sea salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon or 8 grams of baking soda. Begin whisking that on medium-low till combined, then mix in 4 cups or 1 liter of whole milk, 3 whole eggs, and 3/4 of a cup or 170 grams of gently melted butter. Mix it till nice and smooth and homogeneous. Now, look, giant cake situation goes a few ways. You can either double this recipe and split it between 2 sheet trays that have been generously greased and lined with parchment paper, or you can do a 1x batch and use the scrap as the bottom layer of the cake, which we found coincidentally on another pancake cake from Christina Tosi at Milk Bar. Shout out to her, thank you for the inspiration. Look, it all depends on how perfect you want your cake to look. I wanted mine to look super perfect, so I doubled it, but you should expect a decent amount of scrap, which I'll explain what to do with later. Now, once you have your cake laid down in your baking sheet, you can optionally add and scatter around evenly the little maple candy balls from my McDonald's McGriddle recipe, link in the description for that. Then just pop those cakes into the oven at 350 Fahrenheit and bake for 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. Remove those from the oven, then transfer to a wire rack and cool completely. Once room temp, use a cake ring that's been set to about 7 to 8 inches. Punch out your cakes, punching out 3 to 4 if you doubled it, and okay, you got scrap. Wah. Keep it, bag it, freeze it, use it immediately. You can make cake balls. There are plenty of things to do with cake scrap. Google it. All right, we're finally ready to assemble. To your cake ring, which should still be at the same size when you punched out your cakes, add a nice little cake collar to fit the ring. Make a quick simple syrup of a 1/4 cup or 55 grams of granulated sugar and a 1/4 cup or 60 milliliters of water, heated and dissolved. Now, assembly time. Add in your first cake layer. Brush generously with simple syrup, then a fat layer of your peanut butter frosting, which you'll likely use all of it. Half of your baking crumble evenly spread across the surface, then another layer of cake, brush with simple syrup yet again, followed by another generous layer of this time your maple caramel frosting, the other half of your baking crumble evenly spread, and finally your top layer pancake. Lightly tent that with plastic wrap and pop her in the fridge for a little slumber overnight to solidify. Then when you're ready, pull it out, let it temper at room temperature for about 10 minutes, grab your sharpest knife, cut it into slices, place a pat of lightly melting butter on top if desired, and hit it with maple syrup so that we can taste test and see if this even tastes like a pancake in the first goddamn place.
It's 420, big pancake.
If this isn't a pancake layer cake, then I don't know what is. Now I want you to syrup this. I really do, because it wouldn't really be a big pancake without syrup. And I intentionally did not over-sweeten the cake so that you could add syrup.
So you should.
This was completely accidental that this ended up on 420. I feel like I'm getting high eating this. It has all the flavors you would have in a pancake breakfast. You got the salty bacon, the sweet maple, and if you like peanut butter on your pancakes, you can be my friend, and I also do. So you got that peanut butter frosting, the maple frosting, and all works together. Somehow, this is like my childhood favorite way to eat pancakes solidified into the perfect actual cake, right? They call them pancakes. This is a pancake cake. But I'll tell you another thing that has all your breakfast dreams in it: B-roll.